Hey everybody, this is Dylan from Noble Records coming at you with another video. Had a crazy weekend of vinyl finds that is just legendary. I hadn't made a video in a little while, so I thought I would update you guys. The what's on the turntable is Blind Faith. This is called Recorded Live on the US tour. It's the TAKRL, the amazing Cornyphone record label. Actually don't know a whole lot about this bootleg, just got it recently from a buddy of mine and hadn't even heard it, so thought I'd spin it. So that is what's going on the turntable. I'm going to go in order of when I got what. So basically it had a pop-up on Friday night. It was super low-key, not a lot of people there, just was not a big deal, but everybody that came I got to talk to a little bit more, and this came in on trade. Led Zeppelin, we call it Crop Circles, but it's the 6LP remastered box set or whatever on Atlantic. You see a lot of these on CD, pretty frequently. I'll see these on CD, or I think there's even a set on cassette. There's also a 3LP set, but I've wanted this 6LP set for a really long time. It is nearly impossible to find. It's got the booklet with it. It's got all the Zeppelin pictures and stories to geek out over. I'll show you. That's what the label looks like. So it's on the Atlantic label. So it's a 6LP. It has all the records. They're all in pristine shape. It's got all the original sleeves and everything on it too. So a guy that buys from me pretty regularly, he watches my videos sometimes. His name's Bill. Thank you, Bill. I've been looking for this for years, and like I said, it is next to impossible to find. So thank you, Bill, for that. Hope you enjoy what you got out of the deal. So secondly, the next day, Saturday morning, my friend Garrison, I have two friends that live in Spartanburg, Garrison and Corey. They're good friends with each other, and they both have been just purging stuff out of their collection, just kind of getting some stuff ready for me. I got a ton of stuff from Garrison about a month ago, and he just did it again. So they met me on Saturday in a parking lot somewhere up towards Charlotte, and just unloaded unbelievable stuff on me. So that's the bulk of what I'm going to show you tonight, or today, whenever you watch this video. So this is, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys buckle up, because this is going to be fast and heavy, hard hitting. When I saw what they brought me, my jaw dropped, and I started to sweat, because I was like, how the heck am I going to afford this? But we worked out a deal. I spent all the money. So anyways, the first thing here is Pink Floyd, Pigs in the Garden, the entire 1977 Boston Garden concert. These are on the Uninvited Mole bootleg record label, limited to 120 copies. Vinyl looks like that. It's absolutely sick. It's a 3LP set, and these things, they are really tough to come by, and the prices go up. As time goes on, they become more impossible to find. So, you know, when you get your hands on them, get your hands on them, because seriously, like if you on eBay, sometimes they're going for $300. I mean, they're expensive because they're in such limited quantity. So that was the Uninvited Mole record label. This is another one I'll show you right next to it. This is called Dragged Down by the Stone. This is the 1975 Nassau Coliseum concert. And it's the full concert. It's a 3LP, and this is, like I said, similar to the other one, but the wax on it looks like that. Absolutely beautiful, and they're different colors. There's a pink one and there's an orange one as well. And I've had actually quite a few of these in the past, even though there's only 120 made. I've had quite a few, but I actually didn't have a copy. So I'm glad to finally get another copy of that. This one it's called Implosion at the Roundhouse, and this is January 17, 1971. If I remember correctly, this is an, look at that. If I remember correctly, it is a audience recording, but it's still really, really good. This is one of the earlier uninvited mold pressings. This is called, it's Tampa Stadium 1973. There was a vintage release of Tampa 1973, and it looked the same on the cover, but it's not the same bootleg. So these are absolutely beautiful. I'll just show you the other side. So there's that side. It's a little bit different on that side. Reminds me of the suckers that I would get at the bank when I was a child. My mom would go through the bank, so that's real special. All right, next. Sorry, I had a coughing fit. Next is one of my absolute favorite bootlegs. I actually have one of these. There's only 250 ever made. This is number 16 of 250. We call it Electric Magic, but it's live at Royal Albert Hall in 1970. And the cover kind of comes off into the Electric Magic poster. This, I'm telling you guys, this is one of the rarest Zeppelin bootlegs that I own. And I've actually had a couple copies in the past. And it's extremely hard to come by. Look at that vinyl. It's absolutely stunning. Can't believe he let go of this one, but I'm excited he did. This one will be for sale, so if you're interested in it, let me know. I'm going to do sort of an auction type thing on it, but I know that a lot of people have been looking for it that I know, so this is really, really, it's awesome when one even comes up for sale, because when people get them, they usually don't let them go. Now these next two might not seem all that special to you. Led Zeppelin 2 and 3. And I was flipping through and looking, he's like, you want to stop and look at the labels on those. Stop to look at the labels and check that out. It's original UK on the Plum Atlantic label on that Zeppelin 2. And then on 3, here it is again. Original UK on the Plum label. And it's really interesting. You know, we're used to in the US, it has a rivet right here with the wheel. This one doesn't have the rivet and it still stays in place. You can't pull it out. So those British are very smart. You know, they came up with a way to do it without putting that darn rivet in there. So hats off to you guys over there across the pond. All right, these next few, I'm gonna try to blow through them really quick. This is Eclipsed 1, Pink Floyd. This is in celebration of the Comet Kahoo deck. I think that's how you spell it. Say it. This is a pretty common Zeppelin. I mean, it's a pretty common Pink Floyd bootleg. It's February 17th, 72. This one I've had in a bunch of different formats, so it's pretty iconic. And then here's Eclipse 2, Floyd's of London BBC concert. This was live in 71. When you put them together, get that. Pretty sweet. So I already have both of those, so that'll be for sale. This is the Acrid Abdabs, so that's like a code name for Pink Floyd. If Pigs Could Fly, Cleveland Will Be Next Door to Heaven. So this is 1987, I believe. This is a triple LP. Really cool. I've never had this one, so really excited to have it. This next one's called Pink Floyd Venice. This is a kind of a newer release, but this was live July 1979, I believe. So really cool cover on that. And then I'll show you a little bit closer the front cover. This one's Pink Floyd, the Star Club, Copenhagen, Denmark, September 13th, 1967. This one's really cool. I've seen this one before. Check that out, red vinyl. I've seen this one before, like online, but never heard it, never seen it in person. So I was excited to get my hands on that one. This one's called Pink Floyd the Man. This was some early Sid Barrett era Pink Floyd stuff. I believe this is 67 as well. I've never seen this before. This one's, to my knowledge, pretty rare. I looked it up online and it said they're pretty scarce. So this is on black vinyl, so I'm not gonna pull it out and show you. This was pretty common. This was live in New York City, 1977. They just put this out, I think, in 2015. Haven't heard it, but I've seen a lot of people that have it, so that one's not too terribly hard to come by. This one's Pink Floyd complete BBC sessions, 1967 and 1968 with Barrett, and this is on black vinyl, I believe. No, it's like marble dark green. Probably gonna look black to you, anyways. So yeah, I used to have one of those back in the day. Sold it probably to him. This one I actually have never had, and I really, honestly, have been looking for it. And when they first came out, they weren't that expensive, but in the past few years, they have just skyrocketed. So this is Pink Floyd Exit Sapporo. This is let's see, Japan, March 13th, 1972. So it's got the cool OBI. So I don't know. I don't think it's actually pressed in Japan, but it comes on that green vinyl. I think they're both green. Yeah, they're both green. So that one's really super hard to come by now. I guess collectors, when they saw it, they just freaked out and bought them, you know. Pink Floyd, Sid Barrett, Nick Mason, Roger Waters, Rick Wright, London, 1966 and 67. That one's pretty common. That's a new release. This is Screaming Ab Dab's code name for Pink Floyd. It's called Brain Damage. I used to have this one, and I'm not really sure what the date is on that, so sorry guys. Lame, I know, but I can't remember. It's some like studio outtakes and stuff. See, what do they call it? I can't even remember. I bet it's Pink Floyd studio outtakes. Double LP. Pretty sweet. This is a soundtrack to the 60s film The Committee. So it's music from Pink Floyd and The Crazy World of Arthur Brown. So actually I've never heard this. I've seen it online before, but wasn't really 100% sure what it was. I did not know, but this is dadgum. That is cool. Look at that. Orange vinyl, that's beautiful. Just brings a tear to my eye. It's just absolutely beautiful. Try to blow through this pretty quick, guys. This is Pink Floyd Crackers. This is a 3 LP, and if I remember correctly, yeah, this is Dark Side of the Moon era Pink Floyd. This is audience recording. It's extremely good. I already have a copy, so this one will be for sale. This one's called Dark Side of the Moon. This is early Pink Floyd live material, I believe, if I remember correctly. I had this a long time ago. Definitely keeping this one. As you guys know, I have a real love for cows. So it's a long story. I had a cow that was, well, he was my brother really, but he was also a cow. So this one's Pink Floyd Wish You Were Here Live in Paris. Really cool cover. This is February 25th, 1977. I'll show you the wax on that. It's pretty cool. I don't know if you call that Coke bottle or what, because it's blue. But beautiful vinyl on that one. I've never even seen that one before, so I was pretty excited to see that. So I think that's the end of my Pink Floyd bootlegs that he got me. So those all, I mean, crazy stuff. Pink Floyd bootlegs are so much harder to find than Zeppelin bootlegs. I guess Pink Floyd's management, I mean, Zeppelin's management always cracked down on too, but like, I mean, you can't find them. It's just really hard to find. So this next one is Bob Dylan, The Grateful Dead, and this is studio sessions. So it's like studio outtakes and stuff from Dylan the Dead album. There's also a volume 2 that has a blue cover that's exactly the same, but instead of the yellow, it's blue. This is Abbey Road original master recording. What to say about that? This is a Magical Mystery Tour Japanese pressing. This thing is beautiful. Gosh, awesome. This I'm really trying hard not to keep. I've got a bunch of white albums. I think I've got like 6 or 7 white albums. It is one of my favorite albums. This is my favorite Beatles album. I love it so much. But anyways, this is the beautiful Japanese pressing of that. And it's early. I mean, it's got the serial number and everything on it. So this is a really, really sweet copy, and I really don't know. I don't know if I can sell it. This is a collection of Beatles oldies. I had this in another video, but he got another copy. Here are a couple of Pet Sounds. They are both reissues, so David Gilmour. Here's a copy of Stealers Wheel, and this is the album that has Stuck in the Middle with You on it. If you might know it from the was it Reservoir Dogs, when the guys, anyways, stuck in the middle with you. I thought it was Bob Dylan the first time I heard it because it just sounds like his voice a little bit. But anyways, I've not actually heard any of their other material, and I've kind of always wanted to pick this album up, but I've never seen it. So there it is. Blows Against the Empire, Radiohead, Pablo Honey. This is Radiohead. I Might Be Wrong live recordings. Actually, never seen this one, so I'm not huge on Radiohead. I really like OK Computer and Kid A and a couple other ones, but I'm not like a huge follower of them. Just the way it is. This is Radiohead, The King of Limbs. I've never actually even heard that one, so In Rainbows, I've heard this. I liked it when I heard it. So, and then the notorious OK Computer. This album is killer. It doesn't get much better than that for me. This one's called The Tormentors. This is a the name of the album's Hanging Around. This is a reissue of old Psych record, I believe. That I'm not too terribly familiar with, but it is a reissue. So here's a couple copies of Gorillaz Demon Days. This is not the original. This is the reissue. Can't remember why he said he had so many copies of it. This is Pipes of Blue, Cassie Gardner. Actually not terribly familiar with this, but I see it's on Dot, so it's probably some Psych or something. Looks pretty cool. We'll see. This is Rainbow Folly. This is a really cool like psych pop record. They re-released it on Record Store Day a few years ago. If you could find an original, you could probably sell and buy a new car. So you do that. But Record Store Day, I've had my issues with them, but the way they put out and re-release Psych records is pretty awesome. So they did that Rainbow Folly, and they did Genesis of the Gods. This is a really cool Psych record from a band called The Gods. So, and when they release these Psych records, they all come on really cool color vinyl. So the third one that he's got in that kind of series that they did on Record Store Day is Tomorrow. This record, guys, if you don't know this record, it's a psychedelic record. It's phenomenal. It's like a early Keith West band. They have the song I like the most is My White Bicycle. That's the one everybody knows from this one. But it's just an incredible. I absolutely love it. I've already got a copy, but look at that. Absolutely beautiful. So, I mean, Record Store Day, say what you will, but when it comes to Psych releases, they kind of get me a little bit. This is Nirvana In Utero, Japanese pressing. Actually, I already have this exact one with the purple OBI and everything. This is a T-Rex Electric Warrior. This is a really nice copy. It seems like it's a reissue from the way it feels, but I'm not sure. Cactus. If you don't know this record, it is incredible. It's a blues rock record. I actually gave him this for free because he was buying some stuff from me, and he didn't want to buy it as an impulse. And I was like, you know what, Garrison, just take this. You're gonna love it. Enjoy. You're welcome. And he said now it's one of his favorite records, so he actually bought a really, really nice copy. This is Record Store Day, Pink Floyd, Interstellar Overdrive. Pretty cool. It's a single, I believe. They did on Record Store Day. It's on black vinyl. These kind of go for a little bit of money now. Anything that Pink Floyd puts out on Record Store Day just pretty much turns into gold after time. This is the Vince Guaraldi Trio, Charlie Brown Christmas. I've got an older copy of this. It's not an original, I wish it was. But it is on Fantasy. This one's on Fantasy as well. It's on green vinyl. People love that, so I'll probably definitely sell that. And then the last one is this copy of Division Bell. This, so I believe this was bootlegged back I want to say like 2014 maybe, when they hadn't had a reissue of Division Bell, and so this is on like some dark blue vinyl. Guys, sorry about the cold. I got like a little bit of a allergy thing going on because it went from like 90 degrees one day to like 25 the next day because we live in freaking North Carolina. So this next box is like some box sets and stuff. There's a ton of Johnny Cash in here. Not box sets, but just different releases. This is like Golden Hits Volume 1 and 2. I thought it was still, it's not. But then, if anyone knows, which I'm sure he knows, I can just ask him, but what these are, this is pretty cool. This one says Johnny in Jail, Johnny on Sunday, Johnny in Love, Johnny Down West, Johnny on the Railroad, Johnny's Big Hits. Pretty cool. Never seen those before. I didn't know if it was part of a box set or something. There's some other cool stuff in here. Let's see. Really trying to get through this quick. There's a lot of stuff to show. John Mayall Blues Breakers Fusion. Here is a white label promo of Blind Faith. Splat out. Pretty cool. And then here's the band The Last Waltz. Essential. Here's a really cool, it's called the Electrifying Johnny Cash. This is 4 Johnny Cash records. It's Mean as Hell, Johnny Cash at San Quentin, Johnny Cash Ring of Fire, Johnny Cash Sings the Songs That Made Him Famous. So pretty much just a compilation of Johnny Cash records. I've never seen that before. I thought it was pretty cool. He has Eric Clapton Crossroads. This is all on vinyl. And then Pink Floyd Echoes. And then he's got a Mothership in here. And I actually sold all my Beatles records because I mainly just had like reissues and lame stuff. It was just a Mod Podge of whatever. Because he sold me this. This is it's called the Beatles Collection. It's their 14 albums. It's a Japanese pressing of the box set. Really super cool stuff. Open up the lid. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but you got all 14 albums in there. So that is staying in the collection. Really super excited about that. So I was going to take you through, because Garrison, I got like 3 big crates from him. I was going to take you through everything, but then I just looked at the time of this video, and it's already going like way longer than I wanted it to. So I'm just going to do a flip video of the last one. It's some okay stuff. It's some crap too. Like he found a box of records that he forgot he had. It was just kind of stuff he was meaning to purge like a long time ago. So there's some like okay Pink Floyd stuff in there. That's about a bit as good as it gets. There's a lot of Elvis and like I think there's some Seeger and stuff like that. That I forgot to mention in my video, so I had to reshoot this, was this weekend. Sorry, the dust cover's a little dusty. That's what it's for. This is a Lynn Basic with a keto tone arm. This is my new turntable, and actually my old turntable, because I owned this for a few years. I bought it off of a guy who used to be a rep for Lynn. Lynn's a German audiophile turntable company. This is a pretty entry-level Lynn, but it's still really, really good. Absolutely love it, and I'm excited to finally get it back. I sold it to Garrison maybe 2 years ago, and he's had it ever since, and I missed it ever since. And he ended up getting a project that he really liked, so I ended up swapping him out and getting this back. So thank you, Garrison. So this next batch came from Corey, which is a good buddy of mine. They're, anyways, I'll get into it. This is a Rubber Soul original master recording. These jokers are hard to find. was trying to find some information about them online. They go for a lot of money, so excited to have that. White Album again. I'm having a really hard time not selling this or trying to sell it. Been looking for one of these actually, but I bought so much this weekend and spent so much money. I just have to just do it. This is Talking Heads, 1975 CBS demo sessions. This is a bootleg. All right, running through it real quick. This is a copy of Led Zeppelin 3. It's on like some gray marbled vinyl. Really, really cool stuff. This is a copy of Jimmy Page and Robert Plant, No Quarter. This is really hard to find. I actually think he said this is a bootleg copy, so probably not worth as much. I've got an original over here somewhere. That's really essential for Zepp fans. Really cool. This is the Beatles, Blackpool in Paris, 1964 and 65. This is a bootleg, and it is on clear wax. This is the Beatles in Melbourne and Tokyo, and this is also on clear wax. So I believe that's early 60s stuff, looks like. Yeah, I don't know. This is a UK Cream, UK copy of Cream. It looks like a reissue to me. This is a Revolver, Japanese pressing. This is really nice, really nice. And then here's Help, Japanese pressing. The rest of this, Corey also got me, but I'm gonna do a flip video because, like I said, this video is getting ridiculous. And then today, so that was Saturday, I got all that stuff. Today, wasn't planning on picking up any vinyl at all. Chris, Tunes from the Man Cave on here, he always jokes with me. He's like, you know, Dylan only buys records on Days of the End with Y, and that's about true. Even when I don't plan on buying records, it ends up happening. So we were out really far from the house, area that we don't normally go to. And a buddy of mine lives out there, and he, really good guy, really good friend of mine, but I don't really ever go out to his house too often because it's so far away. And so I didn't realize where we were because I'm bad with directions, really. But we were out doing some family photos or whatever at a park, and we were out by his house, and my wife's like, hey, there's a TJ Maxx right here I can run in. I'll let you go to your friend's house here and buy some records if you let me run TJ Maxx. And I'm like, you got yourself a deal. So she went to TJ Maxx, she got some boots. I went to his house and I got some boots. Actually, I didn't get any bootlegs, but anyways, this is the stuff I got from him. Really good guy. His name on here is Black Cat Records, I believe. On Instagram, he's KRich8000, I believe is his name. So really good guy, and he's been setting some stuff aside for me. So got there and picked up some stuff from him. This is Captain Beyond, Sufficiently Breathless. It's a promotional copy. I think I have like 4 copies of this right now. It's a white label promo. This is the King Fleming Trio, Standby on Argo. This is Rose Garden. It's like a psych pop deal. This is an original Doors. This is a stereo. I got not one, but 2 of the Magic Lanterns, Shame Shame. And actually, somebody traded me one of these as a white label promo on my pop-up, so I got 3 copies. This is Ted Nugent and the Amboy Dukes Journeys. This is Millie Small, My Boy Lollipop on Smash. That seems a little dirty. Elvis Presley, self-titled. This one you don't see very often. It's in pretty decent shape. So yeah, actually I already have a copy of that, so I'll be for sale. This one, oh, this is a killer, like, prog rock classic. Babe Ruth, First Base. I love this record. I've already got a copy, so that'll be for sale. James Brown, Showtime, Brenton Wood, Oogum Boogum. This is a really cool, like, soul record. Pretty cool song, Double Shot. Easley Brothers Shout. This is Jimmy Rowell's Trio, Rare but Well Done. Buffalo Springfield. I'm gonna save this one for later. This is a Jimi Hendrix Smash Hits, and you know, I never see them with the poster. Anybody have one with the poster? I know what the poster looks like, and it says giant poster enclosed, but you never see it. This is a Bob Dylan beautiful blonde on blonde copy, and this has the band cover with what's her face on there. So I believe the story goes, Bob Dylan saw this picture of this girl in a magazine and he liked it, so he put it inside his album and didn't ask her. She found it, got pissed, sued him or whatever, and he had to recall the records. So this one's on double I. This is Moody Blues #1. It's a good old overnight sensation, Mother's Invention. This is Lover's Rain, Bill Agile, Ageli, I don't know. You guys might scold me, I've never heard that, so I don't know what it is. This is Bronco, Age of Sunlight. I've heard this is good. He told me this was good. I've never heard it. So it's on Islands. Look at that. Beautiful. This one, he set aside for me a while ago. Soul album, Otis Redding. Been looking for some early Otis Redding that I had missing. Early Beatles. This is a sweet Beatles Blue album, which you see every day, but not on the blue wax. So that's pretty cool. It's digitally remastered, whatever, on the blue wax. This is a original stereophonic introducing the Beatles on VJ. It's a nice copy of that. Nice copy of Magical Mystery Tour. Ooh, it's clean. Very nice. And then these last few I was going to save, best for last type situation. So this is Art Blakey, the Jazz Messengers, Boo Honey's Delight. And let me tell you, it's my delight. Original Blue Note. I'm going to keep this for as long as I can, but I know Chris, Tunes for the Man Cave, is going to at some point try to get it from me. And this one I've been looking for a while. I found a reissue. Oh, it's in decent shape too. I found a reissue on my road trip. I found it in Austin. I was kind of pleased with the reissue. It sounded pretty good, but I was really hankering for an original. Hankering is a southern word for craving. Anyways, this is a J.K. & Co. Suddenly One Summer. This, guys, it's on the White Whale. It's kind of a grail for me, not gonna lie. I've been looking for this for a long time. 16-year-old kid made this record, and it is absolutely phenomenal. There's a really cool backstory to this. I don't have time to share, but anyways, and then the last thing is Captain Beefheart's Sun Zoom Spark 1970-1972. These are albums that are inside on the back. What the heck, I'll open it up and show you. So it's got like a little booklet with it. And it's got, lick my decals off, baby. Captain Beefheart, the Spotlight Kid. This is outtakes. And then, it's Deer Spot. Actually, I've never even heard this, never even seen it. So, I needed all four of those. You know, I'm trying to complete my Beefheart discogs. And, didn't have any of those, so he had that, and I was like, let me snatch that. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry it was like kind of an hyperspeed trying to get through all these, but it was just needless to say, an epic weekend of digging. I mean, dang. So My next pop-up is this coming Saturday, and a lot of this stuff's going to be for sale. I spent so much money that I've got to sell most of it. You know, all the stuff I said I was keeping, I'm keeping, but really going to try to let go as much as I can. And I've already got a lot of other really good inventory, so it's going to be a really good one. So if you're, you know, in the area at all, come out to it. I promise you will not be disappointed. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Love interacting with you guys in the comments. Please leave a comment. I'll comment back. And hey, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Maybe I can entertain you in the future. So thank you guys very much. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. See you on Saturday. Peace.